Dear reader, if you have ever found yourself laughing through tears or crying from pure joy while watching a character on screen who felt impossibly real, flawed, frantic, fiercely loving, then you already know Catherine O'Hara. She was not just an actress. She was a mirror to our own beautiful messiness. A woman who turned everyday chaos into comedy gold and quiet vulnerability into unforgettable art. Born on March 4, 1954, in Toronto, she left us too soon on January 30, 2026, at the age of 71, after a private battle that no one outside her closest circle could have imagined. Her passing from a pulmonary embolism, with rectal cancer as the underlying cause, came like a sudden winter wind, sharp, unexpected, leaving us breathless in grief. Yet in this moment of profound loss, let us not only mourn but celebrate the extraordinary life she lived. The thundering successes, the quiet heartaches, the unbreakable bonds of family and friendship, and the late-life triumphs that proved it is never too late to shine brightest. Her story is one of resilience wrapped in wit, love anchored in laughter, and a final chapter that tugs at our souls with its tenderness and tragedy. Come with me as we walk through her journey, one that will leave your heart fuller, your eyes wetter, and your spirit forever warmed by the memory of this irreplaceable soul. Catherine and O'Hara entered the world as the sixth of 7 children to Margaret and Namian and Marcus Charles O'Hara, a tight-knit Irish Catholic family in the suburbs of Toronto. Her father worked for the Canadian Pacific Railway. Her mother later became a real estate agent, but the real currency in the O'Hara household was humor. Siblings surrounded her brothers and sisters who teased, supported, and performed for one another. Her sister Mary Margaret O'Hara would grow into a respected musician and actress, but young Catherine absorbed the rhythm of family life like a sponge. Loud dinners, shared stories, Catholic values that instilled a quiet sense of duty and heart. Pretty much a good Catholic girl at heart, she once told Rolling Stone in 1983, a line that revealed her grounded core beneath the wild characters she would later inhabit. Growing up in that bustling home, Catherine learned early that laughter was survival. It bonded them through hard times, through the ordinary struggles of a large family scraping by with love as the glue. She graduated from Binghamthorpe Collegiate Institute in 1974, where a teacher who would later become Mississauga's mayor spotted her spark. But it was at home, watching her parents make each other laugh to the end. As she fondly recalled, that the foundation was laid. Little did she know this playful chaos would fuel a career that would make millions laugh while secretly healing their own hidden pains. Those early years were not without their quiet storms, being one of many meant carving out your voice, but Catherine's voice emerged not as a shout, but as a perfectly timed quip, a raised eyebrow, a delivery that could break your heart and mend it in the same breath. Family, for her, was always priority number one, a lesson she would carry into motherhood with fierce devotion. At 20, Catherine stepped onto the stage of the Second City in Toronto not as a star, but as a waitress who dreamed bigger. She understudied legends like Gilda Radner, whom her brother had dated and who visited the family home, teaching improv games that left home videos of pure, vulnerable joy. Gilda's sweetness, her unaffected talent, became Catherine's North Star. She was just so sweet and so much herself, lovely and vulnerable. That influence would echo through Catherine's career, never chasing spotlight at the cost of kindness. By 1976, she was a regular on Second City Television, SCTV, the groundbreaking sketch show that felt like family extended across Canada and beyond. Alongside Eugene Levy, John Candy, Joe Flaherty, and others, she wrote and performed sketches that won her a Primetime Emmy for Outstanding Writing for a Variety Series in 1982, plus 3 more nominations. SCTV wasn't just a job. It was home. When NBC came calling in 1981 with a spot on Saturday Night Live, Catherine auditioned, got the offer, and quit after 1 week. New York City felt cold and lonely. Her comedy family in Toronto pulled her back. Basically, I said, "Oh, sorry, I gotta go be with my family," she explained later, dismissing rumors of conflicts. That choice, loyalty over fame, speaks volumes about the woman she was. It was a low moment professionally, a what if that could have haunted lesser souls. But for Catherine, it was pure heart. She returned to SCTV, continued creating, and built a foundation of trust that would sustain her for decades. Those years were filled with thundering highs. Voice work on cartoons, guest spots, her feature debut in Double Negative, 1980, with SCTV pals. But there were dips too, the grind of sketch comedy, the fear of typecasting, the industry that sometimes overlooked Canadian talent. Through it all, Catherine's warmth shone. John Candy, her dear friend, modeled generosity. Stopping on the street to improv with fans, lighting up their eyes. You'd be on the street with him, and he would always pick up on it right away. She carried that spirit forward, reminding us that success without humanity is hollow. The 1980s and 90s catapulted Catherine into film, where her supporting roles often stole the show. Martin Scorsese's After Hours, 1985. Mike Nichols' Heartburn, 1986. Then the one that made her a household name, Home Alone, 1990, as Kate McCallister. The frantic mom who screams, "Kevin!" with such raw panic it became cinema legend. Paired with the sequel Home Alone 2, 1992, she embodied every parent's nightmare and deepest love. Messy, overwhelmed, but fiercely protective. That subway story she shared later, losing her own young sons momentarily in New York, mirrored it perfectly. "I screamed, and people screamed with me. It makes me sick to think what could have happened." Her performance wasn't acting. It was truth. Then came Tim Burton's Beetlejuice, 1988, where she met her future husband while playing the eccentric Delia Deetz. She reprised the role decades later in Beetlejuice, 2024, a full-circle moment of joy. Voice work in The Nightmare Before Christmas, 1993, as Sally added ethereal depth. Christopher Guest's mockumentaries became her playground. Waiting for Guffman, 1996, Best in Show, 2000, A Mighty Wind, 2003, For Your Consideration, 2006, roles where her deadpan brilliance and hidden insecurities made us laugh until we cried for the character's fragile dreams. Other gems, Lemony Snicket's A Series of Unfortunate Events, 2004, Frankenweenie, 2012, The Life Before This, 1999, Genie Award winner. Her films grossed over $4.3 billion worldwide. Yet there were quieter periods, gaps where dramatic roles like Temple Grandin, 2010, Emmy-nominated, showed her range, but the phone didn't ring as often. Those downs tested her, but Catherine never chased trends. She waited for roles with heart, turning potential lows into preparation for her greatest triumph. In 1988, on the Beetlejuice set, Catherine met production designer Bo Welch. Tim Burton played matchmaker after she confided her interest. They married in 1992, a union that lasted 33 beautiful, sarcastic-filled years. "Thank God we both wanted to stay married," she said. "Rough patches? Handled with jokes, not yells. We do a lot of it with jokes. We'll make fun of each other instead of yelling at each other. Sarcasm helps." Sons Matthew, born 1994, and Luke, 1997, became her world. She turned down work to be present. "What's the point of having children if I'm not going to be with them?" The boys, now adults, work behind the scenes in Hollywood set dressing and construction. One dress sets on Schitt's Creek, the other on The Last of Us Season 2. They inherited the family humor. They're very funny, and we encourage it. In my home, growing up, I learned that from my parents. Catherine guarded their privacy fiercely. They rarely appeared publicly, a testament to her devotion. In interviews, her voice softened when speaking of them, the pride, the everyday laughter that kept her grounded amid fame. Family life in Brentwood, she was even honorary mayor in 2021, was warm, chaotic, loving. Dual Canadian U.S. citizenship, a rare congenital condition, dextrocardia with situs inversus organs reversed, which she handled with typical grace. Through it all, Bo and the boys were her anchor. When she contracted COVID-19 while filming The Studio in 2025, she didn't tell the crew to keep production going, a quiet sacrifice reflecting the caregiver she always was. Her final years with them were precious, stolen moments of normalcy before the unseen storm. No story of Catherine is complete without Eugene Levy. Their friendship spanned over 5 decades from Second City in 1974, SCTV, guest films, to Schitt's Creek as on-screen and real, soulmates Johnny and Moira Rose. Having spent over 50 years collaborating with my dad, Catherine was extended family before she ever played my family, Dan Levy said after her passing. Eugene's tribute broke hearts. Words seem inadequate to express the loss I feel today. I cherished our working relationship, but most of all our friendship. That bond was forged in improv, tested in quiet years, celebrated in global success. They kissed on camera, laughed off-screen, supported through losses. John Candy's 1994 death hit hard. Other SCTV pals like Andrea Martin, the late Joe Flaherty, they were her chosen family. Christopher Guest's troupe added layers of creative joy. These relationships weren't transactional. They were soul-deep. In her final public appearance at the 2025 Emmys, September 14th, celebrating the studio, Catherine looked frail but surrounded by love. Friends like Macaulay Culkin, whom she honored at his Walk of Fame, and Michael Keaton sent waves of affection. Her circle reminded her and us that true success is measured in lifelong hugs, not headlines. At 61, Catherine stepped into Moira Rose on Schitt's Creek, 2015 to 2020. The ex-soap star with the unplaceable accent, dramatic flair, and hidden heart. Opposite Eugene with Dan and Annie Murphy, it was magic. 6 Canadian Screen Awards for Best Lead Actress, then the 2020 to 2021 sweep. Emmy, Golden Globe, SAG, Critics' Choice, TCA, all for the final season. Moira wasn't just funny. She was profoundly human, teaching us about reinvention, family redemption, and loving fiercely despite flaws. That renaissance in her 60s was poetic. After years of supporting roles, she was the lead, the heart. Proved age is no barrier when talent and timing align. Fans worldwide fell in love anew. The show became a comfort watch, a beacon of kindness. Catherine's performance, those wigs, that voice, the way she made absurdity tender earned her place among legends. It was the peak after valleys, a reward for patience and heart. Behind the spotlight, Catherine battled social anxiety. In a 2023 Forbes 30-50 Summit panel, she opened up, "I do deal with anxiety. Anytime I get anxious around people or self-conscious, or think, I don't belong here, I just convince myself that they are way more nervous than I am. Take it off yourself, think from another person's point of view." That vulnerability made her relatable, her comedy a shield and a gift. She spoke of life's darkness too. Life is dark. There's a lot of darkness and scary stuff in life. She never claimed wisdom, "I've learned nothing." She deadpanned in her final 2024 People interview, but her actions taught volumes. Loyalty, presence, humor as medicine. The congenital heart condition, quieter career phases. 2024 to 2025 brought full circle joy. Beetlejuice, voice in The Wild Robot, her last film. The studio as a sharp Hollywood exec, guest arc in The Last of Us Season 2, Emmy nominated. At the September 2025 Emmys and TIFF Lifetime Achievement Honor, she appeared frail, gaunt, tired but radiant in spirit, surrounded by castmates. No one knew the battle. Rectal cancer diagnosed around March 2025, fought privately with characteristic strength. On January 30th, 2026, at her Los Angeles home, breathing difficulties struck. Rushed to hospital, she passed from pulmonary embolism. Cremated. Her final interview, republished, captured her humor. Stories of family scares, sarcasm saving marriages, Gilda's kindness. She left no grand wisdom, just a life lived fully, laughing at darkness till the end. Catherine O'Hara didn't just entertain. She healed. Her characters, Kate's panic, Moira's drama, Sally's quiet longing, reminded us we're all a little ridiculous, a lot lovable. To Bo, Matthew, Luke, siblings and friends. Your loss is immeasurable, but her love surrounds you still. To us fans, rewatch Schitt's Creek, quote, Kevin. Feel her in every quirky moment. As tears fall writing this, know her spirit dances on in every improv, every family dinner laugh, every time we choose kindness over ego. Catherine, you taught us to embrace the weird, protect the vulnerable, and laugh hardest when life hurts most. The world is dimmer without you, but oh, how brightly you shone. Rest in the arms of the laughter you gave us. We love you. We miss you. Your legacy, eternal. May it wrap us all in warmth forever. Timothy James Curry, born on April 19, 1946, in Grappenhall, Cheshire, England, stands as one of the most versatile and enigmatic figures in the entertainment industry. With a career spanning over 5 decades, Curry has captivated audiences through his commanding presence on stage, screen, and in voice acting. Best known for his iconic portrayal of Dr. Frankenfurter in the Rocky Horror Picture Show, 1975. He has embodied a wide array of characters, from sinister villains to comedic eccentrics, earning him a devoted fanbase and critical acclaim. His voice, a rich baritone laced with mischievous wit, has become synonymous with roles that blend the macabre with the flamboyant, making him a cultural icon who defies easy categorization. Curry's journey is not just one of professional success, but also of profound personal challenges. From a nomadic childhood marked by loss to a severe health crisis in his later years, his life reflects the dramatic highs and lows that mirror the roles he has played. As of 2026, at the age of 79, Curry continues to inspire through his resilience, having released his memoir Vagabond in 2025, which offers rare insights into his private world. This book, titled after the historical perception of actors as wanderers, encapsulates his nomadic life and unyielding spirit. In this extensive exploration, we delve into Curry's family background, friendships, career achievements, the ups and downs of his personal life, and the events shaping his later years. Through it all, Curry emerges as a man who has embraced risk, as he himself stated in a 2025 interview. Risky is the best way to be. Curry's appeal lies in his ability to transcend genres. He has navigated the worlds of rock musicals, horror films, animated series, and Broadway productions with equal finesse. His performances often carry a subversive edge, challenging societal norms on gender, sexuality, and villainy. Yet, despite his public persona, Curry has maintained a veil of privacy over his personal affairs, rarely discussing relationships or inner struggles until his recent memoir. This reticence adds to his mystique, making him a figure of intrigue in an era of oversharing celebrities. As we trace his path, it's clear that Curry's life has been a tapestry of triumphs and tribulations. His early exposure to performance through choral singing laid the foundation for a career that would see him nominated for Tony Awards, win Emmys, and influence generations. However, personal losses, such as the death of his father at a young age, and health battles, including a major stroke in 2012, have tested his resolve. Friends like Richard O'Brien and Eric Idle have been pillars of support, while his family, though small and marked by tragedy, shaped his worldview. In his later years, Curry has focused on recovery and reflection, offering wisdom on survival and creativity. This narrative aims to provide a comprehensive portrait of Tim Curry, drawing from his own words, archival records, and contemporary accounts. From the glittering stages of London's West End to the quiet resilience of post-stroke life in Los Angeles, Curry's story is one of enduring artistry amid adversity. Tim Curry's early years were defined by movement and mourning, setting the stage for a life of adaptability and introspection. Born to James Curry, a Royal Navy chaplain, and Patricia Curry, a school secretary, Tim entered the world during the post-World War II era in a modest English village. His parents had met in Malta and married in Egypt, reflecting the global wanderings of a military family. Within a year of his birth, the family relocated to Hong Kong, and subsequent moves every 18 months or so took them to various British seaside towns. This itinerant lifestyle instilled in young Tim a sense of rootlessness, which he later channeled into his acting career. The family eventually settled in Plymouth when Tim was 11, but tragedy struck soon after. His father, James, suffered a stroke, a harbinger of Tim's own health issues decades later, and died of pneumonia in 1958 at the age of 52. Tim, then just 12, recalled in his memoir the profound impact of this loss. Visiting his father in the hospital and witnessing his decline left an indelible mark. "It was the first time I confronted mortality," he wrote, describing how the event forced him to grow up quickly. Following James's death, the family, Tim, his mother Patricia, and elder sister Judith, moved to South London. Patricia, described by Tim as resilient and practical, supported the family through her work as a school secretary until her death in 1999. Judith, a talented concert pianist, became a close confidant to Tim, sharing his artistic inclinations. Tragically, she passed away in 2001 from a brain tumor, leaving Tim as the last surviving member of his immediate family. This series of losses deepened Tim's appreciation for solitude and self-reliance, themes that recur in his reflections on life. Boarding school became a refuge for Tim after his father's death. He attended a school in South London before transferring to Kingswood School in Bath, Somerset, where he discovered his vocal talents as a boy soprano. Influenced by jazz legends like Billie Holiday and Louis Armstrong, as well as rock bands such as the Beatles and the Rolling Stones, Tim's musical interests blossomed. These early experiences not only honed his performance skills but also provided emotional solace amid familial upheaval. Tim's relationship with his family was one of quiet affection rather than overt drama. He credits his father's chaplaincy for exposing him to diverse cultures and his mother's steadfastness for grounding him. In interviews, he has spoken fondly of holiday traditions and garden tending, a hobby he inherited from his English roots. Gardening became a lifelong passion, with Tim restoring gardens in his various homes, viewing it as a therapeutic outlet. "It's like a prosthetic trowel," he once joked, emphasizing its role in his identity. Despite the challenges, Tim's family instilled values of perseverance and creativity. His sister's musical prowess inspired him, and her death in 2001 was a profound blow, prompting him to preserve personal keepsakes like recordings in his will. Without children or a spouse, Tim has often described his family legacy as one carried through art rather than lineage. This foundation of loss and love shaped the man who would become a theatrical chameleon, using performance to explore the complexities of human emotion. Tim Curry's formal education bridged the gap between his turbulent childhood and his explosive entry into the performing arts. After Kingswood School, where he excelled in drama and music, Tim enrolled at the University of Birmingham, graduating in 1968 with a combined BA in English and drama. Choosing to focus on acting over academia, he immersed himself in theater, drawing from classical training and contemporary influences. His professional debut came swiftly in 1968 with the original London cast of the musical Hair, a countercultural phenomenon that ran for 15 months. It was here that Tim met Richard O'Brien, a pivotal friendship that would lead to his breakthrough role. Hair allowed Tim to experiment with bold performances, shedding inhibitions and embracing the era's spirit of rebellion. The early 1970s saw Tim honing his craft in various productions, but it was the Rocky Horror Show in 1973 that catapulted him to fame. Originating the role of Dr. Frankenfurter in London's Theatre Upstairs, Tim's charismatic, gender-bending portrayal became legendary. The show transferred to Los Angeles in 1974 and Broadway in 1975, earning him a Drama Desk nomination. The 1975 film adaptation solidified his status, with Tim reprising the role in later remakes and events, including a 2020 table reading for political fundraising. These formative years were marked by experimentation. Tim toured Europe and North America, releasing his debut album Read My Lips in 1978, blending rock and covers. Albums like Fearless, 1979, and Simplicity, 1981, followed, with hits like I Do the Rock charting modestly. His early career ups included critical praise, but downs involved the physical toll of touring and the pressure of typecasting post-Rocky Horror. Tim's education in drama equipped him for versatility, transitioning seamlessly from stage to screen. Roles in films like The Shout, 1978, and TV like Napoleon and Love, 1974, showcased his range, laying groundwork for a multifaceted career. Tim Curry's professional accomplishments are a testament to his extraordinary talent across mediums. In theater, He earned 3 Tony Award nominations: for Wolfgang Amadeus Mozart in Amadeus, 1980, Alan Swan in My Favorite Year, 1992, and King Arthur in Spamalot, 2004 to 2007. He won the Royal Variety Club Award for Stage Actor of the Year in 1982 for The Pirates of Penzance and a Laurence Olivier nomination for the same. Spamalot brought additional honors, including the Theatregoers' Choice Award and another Olivier nod. On film, Curry's villainous turns are iconic. As the Lord of Darkness in Legend, 1985, he endured 5.5-hour makeup sessions, delivering a performance of mythic proportions. In Clue, 1985, his Wadsworth was a comedic highlight. The 1990s saw him in blockbusters like The Hunt for Red October, 1990, Home Alone 2, Lost in New York, 1992, and Muppet Treasure Island, 1996, as Long John Silver. Later films included Kinsey, 2004, and a 2024 cameo in Stream as Lockwood's voice. Television roles earned him acclaim, including a primetime Emmy nomination for Tales from the Crypt, 1993, where he played 3 family members. His Pennywise in It, 1990, terrified audiences, and he led series like Over the Top, 1997, and Family Affair, 2002 to 2003. Voice acting is where Curry shone brightest, winning a Daytime Emmy for Captain Hook in Peter Pan and the Pirates, 1990 to 1991. As Nigel Thornberry in The Wild Thornberrys, 1998 to 2004, he voiced the character across films and crossovers. Other credits include Hexus in Ferngully, 1992, Darth Sidious in Star Wars, The Clone Wars 2012 to 2014, and video games like Dragon Age Origins 2009. His audiobook narrations, including a series of unfortunate events, garnered a Grammy nomination. In 2015, Curry received the Actors Fund's Artistic Achievement Award, recognizing his contributions. Despite Razzie nods for films like Congo, 1996, his body of work, over 245 credits, affirms his status as a versatile legend. Tim Curry has guarded his personal life fiercely, stating in Vagabond that his relationships are none of your fucking business. Never married and childless, he is focused on career and hobbies like horticulture. Rumors of a long-term relationship with Marcia Hurwitz remain unconfirmed. Friendships have been central. Richard O'Brien, met during Hair, collaborated on Rocky Horror, fostering a bond of creative synergy. Eric Idle, from Spamalot, praised him as his favorite baritone gardener. David Bowie was a friend during Curry's cocaine-fueled 1980s in New York, a period he reflects on candidly. Curry has admitted to past substance use, including hashish and cocaine, and alcohol rehab. Though he doesn't identify as an alcoholic, a former smoker, he values privacy, using it to protect his vulnerabilities. Curry's life has seen dramatic fluctuations. Professional peaks like Rocky Horror contrasted with flops like canceled sitcoms. Personal downs included family deaths, amplifying his isolation. The most significant trial was his 2012 stroke during a massage, caused by 2 blood clots requiring brain surgery. He relearned to speak over months, but mobility issues persist. As of 2025, he cannot walk and uses a wheelchair. An abdominal aneurysm was later discovered. "I was scared," he admitted, but credits therapy for recovery. Post-stroke, Curry shifted to voice work, appearing in Stream, 2024, and releasing Vagabond, 2025, discussing his career and survival. In 2025, he spoke at the Academy Museum for Rocky Horror's 50th anniversary. By 2026, no new projects are noted, but his memoir continues to resonate. Tim Curry's legacy is one of innovation and endurance. His roles have given permission to be different, influencing LGBTQ+ representation and pop culture. Despite health battles, his wit and artistry persist. As he reflects in interviews, his life, marked by family bonds, friendships, and professional laurels, remains a vagabond's tale of triumph over adversity. Curry's story inspires, proving that even in stillness, one can command the stage of life. In the vast tapestry of cinema, few figures evoke as much warmth, resilience, and quiet strength as Sir Sam Neill. Born into a world of shifting horizons, this New Zealand icon has graced our screens for over 5 decades, transforming from a stuttering boy in a far-flung corner of the British Isles to a global star whose performances have touched the hearts of millions. As we delve into his story, a narrative woven with the threads of ambition, love, loss, and an unquenchable zest for life, we are reminded of the fragility of existence and the power of perseverance. Sam Neill's journey is not just one of Hollywood glamour. It's a deeply human tale that mirrors our own struggles and joys, leaving us with a profound sense of admiration and emotion. Imagine a man who has stared down dinosaurs on screen and cancer in real life, emerging each time with a wry smile and a glass of his own vintage wine. This is Sam Neill, a beacon of hope, a testament to the beauty of a life fully lived. Nigel John Dermot Neill, the man the world knows as Sam, entered this world on September 14, 1947, in Omagh, Northern Ireland, a place steeped in history and conflict. His father, Dermot Neill, was a second-generation New Zealander and a dedicated army officer, serving with the Royal Irish Fusiliers, while his mother, Priscilla Beatrice Ingham, hailed from England, bringing with her a lineage of quiet elegance. The post-World War II era was one of uncertainty, and the Neill family embodied the migratory spirit of the time. In 1954, when Sam was just 7 years old, they uprooted their lives and sailed to New Zealand, settling in Christchurch. This move, though daunting for a young boy, would shape the foundation of his identity. Growing up in the South Island, Sam attended Cashmere Primary School and later Medbury School in Christchurch, before the family relocated to Dunedin. It was here that he faced one of his earliest personal battles, a severe stammer that made communication a daily ordeal. Imagine the heartache of a child whose words tangled like vines, trapping thoughts that yearned to be free. Yet, even in these formative years, glimmers of his future shone through. Sam's parents, with their military discipline and nurturing care, instilled in him a sense of duty and curiosity. His father, a Harrow graduate and Sandhurst alumnus, ran a family firm called Neill & Company, New Zealand's oldest liquor wholesaler, exposing young Sam to the world of business and entrepreneurship early on. Educationally, Sam navigated the prestigious Christ's College in Christchurch, an Anglican institution that emphasized character building. But it was at the University of Canterbury, and later Victoria University of Wellington, where he truly began to blossom. Pursuing a Bachelor of Arts, he dabbled in philosophy, a subject that would later infuse his introspective acting style. University life also ignited his passion for theater. Overcoming his stammer through sheer determination, perhaps a precursor to the resilience he'd show in later health battles, Sam took to the stage. His first roles were in student productions, Theseus in A Midsummer Night's Dream and the titular role in Macbeth. These experiences were transformative, turning a shy, stuttering youth into a confident performer. By the early 1970s, he had joined Wellington's Downstage Theatre, marking the unofficial start of a career that would span continents. These early years were not without their shadows. The cultural shift from Ireland to New Zealand brought feelings of displacement, a theme that would recur in Sam's life. Yet, they also fostered a deep love for his adopted homeland, a place he describes with affectionate humor as the end of the world. In interviews, Sam has reflected on this period with a mix of nostalgia and poignancy, noting how his parents' generation endured the Great Depression and World Wars, shaping his own worldview of gratitude amid adversity. It's a foundation that evokes emotion, the image of a boy conquering his voice, setting the stage for a voice that would captivate the world. Sam Neill's entry into the film world was humble, rooted in the burgeoning New Zealand cinema scene of the 1970s. Adopting the nickname Sam to avoid confusion with other Nigels and perhaps to shed the formalities of his birth name, he began with small roles that honed his craft. His debut came in 1971 with The City of No, followed by The Water Cycle, 1972, Hunt's Duffer, 1973, and Landfall, 1975. Not content with acting alone, Sam showcased his multifaceted talents by writing and directing the short film Telephone Etiquette in 1974, a quirky piece on communication etiquette that hinted at his future directorial endeavors. The turning point arrived in 1977 with Sleeping Dogs, directed by Roger Donaldson. This political thriller, based on C.K. Stead's novel Smith's Dream, cast Sam as Smith, a man caught in a dystopian New Zealand under martial law. It was New Zealand's first feature film to gain significant international attention, screening widely overseas and putting Kiwi cinema on the map. Sam's performance was raw and compelling, earning him acclaim and opening doors to Australia. There, he guest starred in the TV series The Sullivans and took on the romantic lead in My Brilliant Career, 1979, opposite a young Judy Davis. Directed by Gillian Armstrong, the film was a critical darling, exploring themes of independence and love in rural Australia. Sam's portrayal of Harry Beecham was nuanced, blending charm with vulnerability, and it propelled him into the spotlight. However, the late 1970s and early 1980s were a period of ups and downs. Films like The Journalist, 1979, Just Out of Reach, 1979, and Attack Force Z, 1981, received mixed reviews, and Sam navigated the precarious world of freelance acting. Television provided steadier ground, with roles in Young Ramsay and the miniseries Lucinda Brayford. These years were marked by financial instability and the grind of auditions, but they built his resilience. A notable low point was auditioning for James Bond in The Living Daylights, 1987. He was a top contender but ultimately lost to Timothy Dalton. Sam later quipped that it was a relief, as the role's demands might have overshadowed his diverse career. By the early 1980s, Sam's international breakthrough was imminent. Omen 3, The Final Conflict, 1981, saw him as the adult Damien Thorne, the Antichrist, a villainous turn that showcased his range. That same year, Possession with Isabella Gianni delved into psychological horror, earning cult status. Ivanhoe, 1982, a TV adaptation, made him a household name in Sweden. These roles highlighted Sam's ability to embody both heroes and anti-heroes, a duality that would define his career. The 1990s catapulted Sam Neill to global fame, a decade of highs that cemented his status as a versatile leading man. In 1990, he played Soviet Captain Vasily Borodin in The Hunt for Red October, alongside Sean Connery, delivering a memorable performance in a tense submarine thriller. But it was 1993 that changed everything. Steven Spielberg's Jurassic Park cast Sam as Dr. Alan Grant, the pragmatic paleontologist facing resurrected dinosaurs. The film's groundbreaking effects and box office success, grossing over $1 billion, made Sam an icon. His wide-eyed wonder at the Brachiosaurus and dry wit, "What do they got in there, King Kong?" endeared him to audiences worldwide. He reprised the role in Jurassic Park 3, 2001, and Jurassic World Dominion, 2022, bridging generations of fans. That same year, Jane Campion's The Piano showcased Sam's dramatic depth. As Alistair Stewart, a possessive landowner in 19th century New Zealand, he navigated themes of colonialism and desire opposite Holly Hunter and Harvey Keitel. The film won the Palme d'Or at Cannes and 3 Oscars, with Sam's performance earning rave reviews for its emotional layers. Other 1990s highlights include Dead Calm, 1989, a psychological thriller with Nicole Kidman and Billy Zane, Evil Angels, 1988, aka A Cry in the Dark, where he portrayed Michael Chamberlain in the infamous Dingo Baby case, winning the AACTA Award for Best Actor, and Event Horizon, 1997, a sci-fi horror cult classic. Sam's television work was equally illustrious. In 1983, he starred in Riley, Ace of Spies, earning a Golden Globe nomination. Guest spots included voicing a cat burglar on The Simpsons, 1994, a high point he humorously called the pinnacle of his career. He played Merlin in the 1998 miniseries and its 2006 sequel, and Cardinal Wolsey in The Tudors, 2007. More recently, his chilling portrayal of Major Chester Campbell in Peaky Blinders, 2013 to 2014, opposite Cillian Murphy, garnered acclaim, as did his role as Brett Colby in The 12, 2022 present, winning a Silver Logie in 2023. The 2000s and 2010s saw Sam diversify further. The Dish, 2000 celebrated Australia's role in the moon landing. Hunt for the Wilderpeople, 2016, with Taika Waititi was a heartfelt comedy, and cameos in Marvel's Thor, Ragnarok, 2017, and Thor, Love and Thunder, 2022. As an actor playing Odin added levity. Voice work in Legend of the Guardians, The Owls of Ga'Hoole, 2010, and video games like Jurassic World Evolution expanded his reach. Directing the documentary cinema of Unease, 1995, explored New Zealand's film history, reflecting his personal journey. Throughout, Sam's career has had its periods of typecasting or less successful projects like Irresistible, 2006, but his adaptability shines. Nominations for Golden Globes, 3 times, and Emmys, 2, plus awards like the Longford Lyell Award and New Zealand Film Award, underscore his achievements. Behind the screen, Sam Neill's life is a mosaic of deep relationships and quiet passions. His first significant romance was with actress Lisa Harrow, met on the set of Omen 3. They welcomed son Tim in 1983, but their marriage from 1980 to 1989 ended amicably. Tim has followed in his father's footsteps, acting in films like The Water Diviner. In his early 20s, Sam fathered a son, Andrew, who was placed for adoption. They reunited in 1994, forging a bond that Sam cherishes deeply. In 1989, Sam married makeup artist Noriko Watanabe, whom he met on Dead Calm. They had daughter Elena in 1991, and Sam adopted Noriko's daughter Maiko from her previous marriage. The family lived between Sydney, Los Angeles, and New Zealand, but strains led to separation in 2017. Sam has spoken candidly about the heartache of divorce, yet emphasizes co-parenting with grace. From 2018 to 2021, he dated Australian journalist Laura Tingle, a relationship that brought intellectual companionship but ended mutually. Family remains Sam's core. He often shares anecdotes of his children on social media, like Elena's artistic pursuits or Tim's adventures. Grandchildren bring joy, and Sam delights in being a doting grandfather. Friends describe him as loyal and humorous. Collaborations with directors like Spielberg and Campion have fostered lifelong bonds. Taika Waititi, a fellow Kiwi, praises Sam's mentorship in the industry. Beyond family, Sam's life thrums with other passions. In 1993, he founded Two Paddocks Winery in Central Otago, New Zealand, a venture that started as a hobby but grew into a respected label. Naming pigs after celebrities like Helena Bonham Carter adds whimsy, and his Instagram posts about vineyard life offer fans a glimpse into his grounded world. This business has had its challenges, financial risks, and the demands of farming, but Sam calls it fulfilling, a counterbalance to Hollywood's transience. Politically active, Sam supports the New Zealand Labour Party and Australian Labour Party, advocating for environmental causes. In 2025, he opposed an open-cast gold mine near Cromwell, facing backlash but standing firm. His membership in Equity New Zealand since 1979 reflects commitment to workers' rights. No life is without storms, and Sam's has weathered many. Early stammering built empathy, but professional setbacks like missing Bond or flops like Memoirs of an Invisible Man, 1992, tested his resolve. Personal lows include divorces, which he navigates with introspection in his memoir. The 2011 Christchurch earthquake devastated his hometown, evoking grief for lost landmarks and lives. The most profound trial came in March 2022. Swollen glands during Jurassic World Dominion promotion led to a diagnosis of stage 3 angioimmunoblastic T-cell lymphoma, a rare blood cancer. Initial chemotherapy was grueling, pretty brutal. He called it leaving him hairless and frail. Thoughts of mortality loomed. Sam admitted he's not afraid to die, but it would annoy him, given his love for life. By 2023, he was in remission, though requiring lifelong monthly treatments. This battle inspired his memoir, Did I Ever Tell You This? 2023, a humorous reflection on his unlikely life, written during chemo to combat boredom. Friends rallied, old co-stars sent messages. Family provided support. Sam's social media updates, blending vulnerability with wit, touched fans globally. In 2024, he spoke openly on the Assembly, grateful for treatment despite its toll. These events highlight his thanks fame, family, and Tram's illness. Lost, but his spirit remains unbroken. Sam's accolades are a testament to his talent. Appointed OBE in 1991 for services to acting, he became a Distinguished Companion of the New Zealand Order of Merit, DCNZM, in 2007, redesignated Knight Companion, KNZM, in 2022 after initially declining a knighthood. Honorary Doctor of Letters from the University of Canterbury, 2002, the 2019 Equity Lifetime Achievement Award, and 2020 Arts Foundation Icon Award honor his contributions. Film awards include AACTA Best Actor for Evil Angels, 1988, the Longford Lyell Award, and New Zealand Film Award. Television triumphs: Silver Logie for The 12, 2023, nominations for AACTA in 2025. Golden Globe nods for Riley, Ace of Spies, One Against the Wind, and Merlin. Emmy nominations for Merlin and The Triangle. His winery, too, has won accolades blending art and agriculture. Sam's impact extends to narration documentaries like Space, 2001, and New Zealand, Earth's Mythical Islands, and Philanthropy, supporting cancer research post-diagnosis. As of 2026, at 78, Sam continues working. Upcoming projects include The Fox, 2025, The Last Resort, 2026, and Godzilla x Kong. Supernova, 2027. His health remains stable with ongoing chemo, but he embraces life tending vines, posting pig videos, and advocating for causes. The 2025 mine opposition stirred controversy, but Sam stood resolute, prioritizing environment over economics. Reflecting on his memoir, Sam shares stories of near misses and joys, reminding us of life's unpredictability. His relationship with family deepens. Time with grandchildren is treasured, a poignant contrast to his own uprooted childhood. In these later years, Sam's story evokes deep emotion, the warrior who faced dinosaurs and disease, emerging with humor intact. His life is a reminder to cherish moments, for as he says, "I'm not afraid to die, but I'd rather not." As we close this chapter on Sam Neill, tears well up at the thought of a man whose life has been a symphony of highs and lows, played with grace and grit. From the boy who stammered in Dunedin to the knight who conquered Hollywood, Sam's journey stirs the soul. His battles with illness remind us of mortality's shadow, yet his laughter and love illuminate the path forward. To Sam, father, friend, vintner, star, thank you for the memories, the inspiration, the reminder that even in darkness, there's wine to sip and stories to tell. May your days be filled with the warmth of family, the thrill of new roles, and the peace of knowing you've touched countless hearts. In a world that often feels chaotic, you are our steady grant of hope. Farewell, not goodbye, for your legacy endures, moving us to tears and smiles alike. In the quiet corners of our hearts, where memories intertwine with melodies, there exists a voice that has whispered solace to generations. Neil Diamond, the Brooklyn-born bard whose songs have become the soundtrack to countless lives, stands as a beacon of raw emotion and unyielding spirit. Born into a world of humble beginnings, he rose to etch his name among the stars, crafting anthems that speak of love, loss, triumph, and the indomitable human soul. As we delve into his story, a tapestry woven with glittering highs and shadowed lows, we are reminded of the fragility of fame and the enduring power of music. Imagine a young boy, guitar in hand, dreaming under the vast New York sky. That boy grew into a man whose words have moved millions to tears, laughter, and reflection. His journey, marked by profound achievements and heart-wrenching trials, invites us to feel deeply, to empathize with the solitary man who found connection through song. Let us embark on this emotional odyssey, honoring the life of Neil Diamond, a true icon whose legacy resonates like an eternal chorus. Neil Leslie Diamond entered the world on January 24, 1941, in the bustling borough of Brooklyn, New York City, to a Jewish family steeped in the immigrant experience. His father, Akiba Keeve Diamond, labored as a dry goods merchant, while his mother, Rose, née Rappaport, nurtured the home with roots tracing back to Russian and Polish heritage. The family's frequent moves across Brooklyn painted a childhood of instability, but it was during a 4-year stint in Cheyenne, Wyoming, prompted by his father's Army service, that young Neil first glimpsed the vastness of America's landscapes. Returning to Brooklyn, he attended Erasmus Hall High School, where fate planted the seeds of lifelong connections. There, he shared the freshman chorus and choral club with a fellow student named Barbra Streisand, though their paths were mere acquaintances then, occasionally sharing a cigarette outside school. These early years were formative, blending the grit of urban life with moments of innocent discovery. By 1956, the Diamonds had settled in Brighton Beach, and Neil transferred to Abraham Lincoln High School. It was here that his passions began to crystallize. He excelled on the fencing team alongside his best friend, Herb Cohen, forging a bond that would endure through the decades. At just 16, a birthday gift, a simple guitar, ignited a fire within him. That summer, at Surprise Lake Camp for Jewish children, he witnessed folk singer Pete Seeger's performance, an event that profoundly altered his trajectory. Inspired, Neil returned home and penned his first songs, often composing poems for schoolgirls who would sing them to win affections. He even worked as a waiter in the Catskills, where he met his future wife, Jay Posner, amid the resort's lively atmosphere. Education called next. Neil attended New York University on a fencing scholarship, majoring in pre-med and contributing to the 1960 NCAA men's championship team. Yet, the pull of music proved irresistible. In his senior year, just 10 units shy of graduation, he accepted a 16-week songwriting gig at Sunbeam Music Publishing for $50 a week, abandoning academia for the uncertain allure of Tin Pan Alley. Years later, in 1995, NYU bestowed upon him an honorary degree, a nod to the path not taken but ultimately triumphant. Neil Diamond's career is a symphony of perseverance, innovation, and unparalleled success, spanning over 5 decades and cementing him as one of the best-selling musicians in history with over 130 million albums sold worldwide. His journey began humbly in 1962, releasing unsuccessful singles as part of the duo Neil and Jack with Jack Packer. A brief stint with Columbia Records yielded no hits, leaving him to wander as a nomadic songwriter, scraping by on minimal income. The breakthrough arrived in 1966 when Sunday and Me became a hit for Jay and the Americans, followed by smashes for the Monkees like I'm a Believer and A Little Bit Me, A Little Bit You. These successes propelled him into the spotlight as a solo artist. Signing with Bang Records that year, he unleashed timeless tracks Solitary Man, Cherry, and Kentucky Woman, the latter covered famously by Deep Purple. Contract disputes with Bang led to protracted lawsuits, resolved in 1977 when Diamond repurchased his masters. Undeterred, he transitioned to Uni Records in 1968, releasing albums such as Velvet Gloves and Spit and Brother Love's Traveling Salvation Show. Relocating to Los Angeles in 1969, he inked a lucrative deal with Columbia in 1973, receiving $1 million advance per album. The 1970s were his golden era. Hits like Sweet Caroline, 1969, Cracklin' Rosie, 1970, Song Sung Blue, 1972, and the duet You Don't Bring Me Flowers, 1978, with Barbra Streisand dominated charts. His 1972 live album Hot August Night, recorded at the Greek Theater, became a seminal work, capturing the raw energy of his performances. Diamond's versatility shone in film scores. He composed for Jonathan Livingston Seagull, 1973, earning a Golden Globe and Grammy despite the film's flop. He performed at the band's farewell concert The Last Waltz in 1976 and opened the Aladdin Hotels Theater in Las Vegas. The 1980s brought cinematic ventures, starring in The Jazz Singer, 1980, with soundtrack hits America, Love on the Rocks, and Hello Again. Though the film garnered mixed reviews, including a Razzie for Worst Actor, his tours solidified him as the most profitable solo performer in 1986. The 1990s and 2000s saw continued output. 6 studio albums, Christmas releases, and a resurgence with Sweet Caroline as a sports anthem. collaborating with Rick Rubin on 12 Songs, 2005, and Home Before Dark, 2008. The latter topping charts reinvigorated his career. He mentored on American Idol, headlined Glastonbury in 2008, and released Melody Road, 2014, and Acoustic Christmas, 2016. His 50th anniversary world tour in 2017 celebrated a half-century of music, culminating in the 2019 preservation of Sweet Caroline in the National Recording Registry. Diamond's accolades are a testament to his enduring impact. Inducted into the Songwriters Hall of Fame, 1984, Rock and Roll Hall of Fame, 2011, and Long Island Music Hall of Fame, 2007, Kennedy Center Honors, 2011, Grammy Lifetime Achievement Award, 2018, Sammycon Lifetime Achievement Award, 2000, Golden Globe for Jonathan Livingston Seagull, and MusiCare's Person of the Year, 2009. He boasts 10 number 1 U.S. Billboard Hot 100 singles, including Cracklin' Rosie, Song Sung Blue, and Heartlight, co-written with Carol Bayer Sager and Burt Bacharach. 38 songs reached the top 10 on the adult contemporary chart, a record unmatched. Among his hit songs, Sweet Caroline stands as a cultural phenomenon, inspired variously by Caroline Kennedy or his wife Marcia. It's Good Times Never Seemed So Good refrain echoing at Boston Red Sox games since 1997, Sydney Swans matches, and England football chants post-Euro 2020. I'm a Believer, written for the Monkees, sold millions in days. America, a tribute to his immigrant grandparents, featured in national events like the Iran hostage release, Statue of Liberty Centennial, and 9/11 tributes. Other gems include Holly Holy, I Am I Said, Forever in Blue Jeans, and Red Red Wine, popularized by UB40. His albums form a rich discography, early works like Just For You, 1967, chart toppers Jonathan Livingston Seagull, 1973, Serenade, 1974, Beautiful Noise, 1976, 1980s efforts I'm Glad You're Here With Me Tonight, 1977, September Morn, 1979, later triumphs 12 Songs, Home Before Dark, Dreams, 2010, Melody Road, and compilations like All-Time Greatest Hits, 2014. Billboard ranked him the 25th greatest artist ever, with 53 Hot 100 entries and 13 top 10 hits. Yet, behind the spotlight, Neil Diamond's personal life was a mosaic of joy, heartbreak, and resilience. Married 3 times, his relationships reflected the emotional depth of his songs. In 1963, he wed high school sweetheart Jay Posner, met in the Catskills, a union born of youthful passion. They welcomed 2 daughters, Marjorie and Ellen, but separated in 1967 amid the strains of his burgeoning career, divorcing in 1969. Marjorie and Ellen have pursued creative paths, with Marjorie involved in music and Ellen maintaining privacy, though both cherish their father's legacy. In 1969, Diamond married production assistant Marcia Murphy, a 25-year partnership that produced sons Jesse and Micah. Jesse, a photographer, and Micah, a filmmaker, inherited their father's artistic flair. However, relentless touring strained the marriage, leading to divorce in 1994 or 1995. Diamond has reflected on how his career's demands eroded family time, a poignant regret amid his successes. In 1996, while touring in Brisbane, Australia, he began a relationship with Ray Farley, inspired by her chronic back pain to write songs for Home Before Dark. Though not formalized, it marked a period of emotional depth. Then, in 2012, at age 71, he married his manager Katie McNeil, 29 years his junior, in an intimate Los Angeles ceremony. Katie, who produced Neil Diamond, Hot August Nights NYC, has been his steadfast partner, describing their bond as best friends who lift each other up through thick and thin. As of 2026, they approach their 14th anniversary, with Katie emphasizing mutual support amid his health challenges. Family remains central. Diamond is a devoted father and grandfather, often spending time with his children and grandchildren at his Colorado home. His sons and daughters have navigated their own paths, influenced by his fame but carving independent lives. Friendships added layers to his world. His enduring tie with Herb Cohen from high school fencing days and professional kinship with Barbra Streisand, evolving from classmates to duet partners. Collaborators like Alan and Marilyn Bergman, Carol Bayer Sager, and Burt Bacharach became confidants, co-creating hits that mirrored life's complexities. The ups and downs of Diamond's life mirror the lyrical depth of his music triumphs shadowed by profound struggles. Early career hardships were stark. Surviving on 35 cents a day for food, his wordy lyrics initially deemed unfit for hooks. Dropped by Columbia after failed singles, he faced rejection, yet persisted. Contract battles with Bang Records drained him emotionally and financially. The flop of Jonathan Livingston Seagull film, despite album acclaim, led to lawsuits over score alterations. A harrowing low came in 1979, collapsing on stage in San Francisco from a spinal tumor, undergoing 12-hour surgery and grueling rehabilitation. Believing death imminent, he wrote farewell letters to loved ones, an experience that infused his work with deeper vulnerability. The 1980s brought critical backlash with the jazz singer, earning a Razzie despite soundtrack success. Sales slumped in the late 1980s and 1990s, his last pop hit in 1986 marking a commercial dip. Personal heartbreaks, divorces. The toll of fame on relationships echoed in songs like Solitary Man, born from early despair. In later life, the shadows deepened with a Parkinson's disease diagnosis in 2018, announced just before his 77th birthday. This neurodegenerative disorder, causing tremors, stiffness, and mobility issues, forced retirement from touring, canceling the Australian/New Zealand leg of his 50th anniversary tour on doctor's advice. "It is with great reluctance and disappointment that I announce my retirement from concert touring," he stated, expressing gratitude for 50 years of performing. Initially in denial for a year or two, he eventually accepted the condition, vowing to make the best of it. Hands shaking too badly for guitar, he adapted, focusing on writing and recording. Post-retirement, Diamond remained active, performing at the 2020 Keep Memory Alive Power of Love Gala, honoring him amid his battle. He shared a COVID-19 parody of Sweet Caroline in 2020, altering lyrics to Hands, washing hands for public health. In 2022, he sold his catalog to Universal Music Group, including 110 unreleased tracks, securing his musical legacy. The Broadway musical A Beautiful Noise, chronicling his life, opened that year, bringing his story to new audiences. Defying odds, at 84 in 2025, he made an emotional stage return at Denver's Carousel Ball, duetting Sweet Caroline with Nick Frediani, his first major appearance in years. Later that year, a surprise Los Angeles performance underscored his resolve. "I plan to remain active for a long time to come." As of 2026, with Parkinson's progressing, he continues advocacy, sharing candidly about acceptance and perseverance. Neil Diamond's influence transcends sales figures. Over 56.5 million U.S. records sold, ranking him among history's top artists. His songs, covered by Elvis Presley, Streisand, and UB40, weave into America's fabric. Anecdotes abound. Sweet Caroline, as a gift to immigrant roots, performed post 9/11 with rallying cries, joking about an ex at a Vegas show. His gold-sequined 1970s outfits and deep, grainy voice became signatures. As we reflect on Neil Diamond's extraordinary life, a wave of emotion washes over us: the joy of his anthems, the sorrow of his struggles, the inspiration of his resilience. From a boy in Brooklyn to a global legend, he has taught us that even in solitude, connection awaits in a melody. Through marriages tested, health battles fought, and triumphs celebrated, Diamond remains a solitary man no more, embraced by the world he serenaded. His voice, though quieter now, echoes eternally, reminding us to cherish the sweet moments, stand tall amid adversity, and sing our own songs. In the end, Neil Diamond's legacy is not just in records sold or awards won, but in the hearts he has touched, leaving us forever moved, forever grateful.